Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another interesting or short little knife unboxing to share with you guys. I forget which the intros are subtly different. They're just a little bit different. Okay, so I think I know what this is. I think. These are, if you're wondering, so who's Tenable? Tenable is the budget brand of Kansept, and if you want to skip all the lore, right, Tenable is great. Like, the prices on them are great. I've reviewed a few of those products in the past, and they're kind of, some of them I think are original, you know, for the brand, but a lot of them are designs we've seen in the past from Kansept, just made with less expensive materials, but to the same standard. So they end up being a really good price. I highly recommend, especially if you're newer or on a budget, I highly recommend checking out Tenable. I'll have them linked down in the description, as well as whatever these are individually. It really does help my channel when you guys use those links. I really appreciate it, but that is, of course, entirely up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. They feel kind of, I'm going to start with this one. They feel kind of heavy. Today's video, if you're new to my channel, it's just an unboxing and first impressions. It's a good way for me to get this stuff out, let you guys know it exists. Because the reviews take a while. I like to carry and use everything, even if it's just lightly a little bit before I review things. And instead of rushing to be the first content creator to release reviews on, you know, every single freaking thing that comes out, which is impossible, it's easier for me to do unboxing content. You know, that way I can kind of react to it and give you the initial details. Oh, is this? I think this is. I think this is the big boy. So anyways, that's why we separate the unboxings and the reviews. That way, if you don't want to wait for my review, you can check it out, which is why they're linked. But if you want to wait for all the details, then you can do that. Bomber. Ah, it is. This is the Midgard's Messer and Tenable collab, which does need to happen. I'm glad that this finally happened. Like, Midgard's Messer, there's a whole subgroup of people. Subgroup is that makes them sound like subhuman. There's this whole, like, niche within the niche of people who just specifically love the Midgard's Messer aesthetic of overbuilt knives. I'm one of those people. I get super excited every time I find out that Midgard's Messer is doing something new, because it's fun. They're not the most practical things in the world, far from it, but they're fun. The problem is they tend to be super expensive. So, collaborating with Tenable means that we can get a lot of that essence without having to pay so much money. And right off the bat, if this didn't have the Midgard's Messer logo on, I'd be like, they copied Midgard's Messer. Heck yeah, yeah, that's cool. This is actually kind of more of a much more wieldy Midgard's Messer knife, like, for sure. Big fuller out into the swedge, right? It looks like shiny DLC. It's not. It's like a tumbled. Right, it's more of a black wash, but it does look nice, and I bet there's a bunch of different variations of this. This is pretty comfortable. This is really comfortable. Like a Frag Brown G10. I know you guys want to know how thick that blade is, so let's do that real quick. I bet it's 220. Let's look. I bet that's approaching a 1/4 inch. I don't think it's quite a 1/4 inch, but let's find out. No, it's only, man, that looks super thick. This is about the same thickness as an XM24. 197 thousandths, so about a 1/5 of an inch. But it's still, I mean, like, a robust fella, for sure. Liner lock, you got the little triangle there, and then you can probably also use the fuller. You can. This is the most wieldy Midgard's Messer knife. Like, it's actually super easy to manipulate. It's a Midgard's Messer knife that's actually easy to manipulate. Now, this will still be incredibly thick. Like, I can do the paper test that so many people think that I don't understand. I can slice and cut with this, right? Which is fine. Obviously, a knife that's super thick like this can still slice and cut if it's sharpened correctly. The problem is the geometry of the overall blade. You will be pushing this entire wedge into whatever it is you're cutting, right? So your cardboard, rope, rubber, wood, whatever. If you have to pass the whole blade through it, it's obviously going to slow you down and fatigue you a lot faster than using a knife with much more appropriate geometry. But if that doesn't matter to you and you just like the idea of carrying something, you know, large and robust. Then yeah, for sure. Yeah, I actually really like this. What is this called? I mean, like, surely this is a budget knife. Surely this is under 75 bucks. The Bomber. I don't know how to pronounce this. D2, G10, frag, lipped liners, not nested. Yeah, it has all, outside of the kind of interesting pocket clip, there's nothing here that indicates this knife should cost a lot of money. It probably has enough material for 2 blades, but it should still land, you know, it should still land well within budget territory. What's the other one? Is this another? Yay! We got 2 of them. Cool! That means I can give one away and keep one, because I'm going to. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Come on now. Let's do something weird. Gosh darn it. All of these reinforcements. All right. Do we got a plain one? We got a plain with the D2 and G2. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the one I want right there. Just a plain Jane one. That's cool. Real nice looking, too. Nice tumbled finish. Yeah, that looks really good. Ideally, this lands at about 60 to 65 bucks. I know people, oh, both for just G2, G10. This is a lot of this. That price will come down to just the amount of material that's being used here, because there's enough of it here for like 2 knives. So yeah, I would say if this lands at right around 65 bucks, maybe 70 max. I don't know that I want to see it. Well, I know that I don't want to see it any higher than that. I definitely want it in budget territory. It's got nice jimping up there too. That's really cool. Look at that big. The whole thing is this backspace. Is this? Surely that's not titanium. Maybe aluminum. If that is titanium, well, that's obviously going to cost a little more money. But I don't. Yeah, the backspacer is not magnetic, so I would venture to guess that that's an aluminum spacer. But I don't know why they would insist on having that as titanium. The liner's definitely steel. Yeah, this feels good, and it's got a pretty intense detent, for sure. I like that. Thumb flicking it out is definitely the easiest. You can reverse flick it. The detent is really making that hard. God. And the fuller, you can do it a little bit, but even my fingers, which I feel like are well worked out to do that reverse flick, right? All I do is handle knives and flick them out. So I got plenty of practice. I'm trying to dance around saying something like, my fingers have the strength of 10,000 exploding suns, or some stupid thing. I don't want to, that's all I do is play with knives all the time, right? So I should be able, I'm just telling you that's heavy, right? As far as reverse flicking. And then finally, we have something called the Tarkin, and this is from Kansept, the mother brand, as I'm going to start referring to it as. CBM 20CV Tiger Stripe Flame Titanium with holes. Okay, so we're all familiar with that aesthetic. Let's see. Doesn't feel huge. Yeah, okay. That's a good looking profile. I do like that. I think I prefer the Tiger Stripe flaming subdued. I don't like it when it's real bright. I don't know why. I just think it looks a lot cooler when it's dulled and subdued, right? Yeah, same with the pocket clip. We got a thumb disc opener, which actually works really well. Nice plain blade, which actually works nicely with this profile. I do like the combination of the polished pivot color around the black pivot. I think that would have looked really crappy otherwise, and it actually looks spectacular. And it's on both sides, really cool. So, yeah, Christensen Knife Works, familiar, of course. I don't know if you are, but I definitely am. I've reviewed a lot of his stuff on this channel. The front flipper's great. Hey, yeah, Kansept. This feels, I'm not dogging Kansept. Their knives feel great. But when I feel something, when I handle something that's from a maker, an OEM that I've handled a lot of, and it feels different, I definitely notice it. And I know a lot of people want to probably call me out on that and say there's no way. But if you look back at how many knives I've handled from specific brands, yeah, I do get a consistent idea of feeling between brands. So it's like I said about WE knives. There was a significant step up in terms of quality that I recognized, and people also picking up their products recognized. There was a jump, a big jump. Something about this is different. Yeah, something different here. This feels really nice. Kansept, you guys get some new machines? Are we doing something different? Or is Christensen Knife Works just that good at sending you the CAD information? I mean, what's going on here? Why does this feel different? This feels really nice. I like that a lot. Now, if you don't like thumb discs, fine, but there's something the action is definitely a step up from what I normally experience from Kansept. Again, Kansept makes good knives. Pivot action's always fine, right? Satisfactory. Real nice. It's real nice. I like the detent too. That feels this feels like a step up. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Let's measure these real quick and weigh them. I'm really impressed with that. No surprise on the design. Christensen Knife Works has had some really great designs that I've showcased here in the past. Christensen Knife Works. Am I saying that? I can't remember if I keep saying Christensen Designs or Knife Works. Christensen Knife Works. Overall length. There it is. Overall length of the midguards, bomber or whatever we call that. Yeah, this is a big one. Not crazy big though. 8 1/4. Blade length 3 1/2. Cutting edge substantially more. I mean, like if you count blade length like from the tip to the middle of the scale, everybody tells me that I do that wrong. And then they give me the right way to do it, and none of you can agree on it. So as far as I'm concerned, there isn't a right way to do it. I'll just do it my way, and then however you want to do it, you do it, right? So I'm just letting you know. None of you agree. Like the people who tell me that this is the wrong way to do it, asking you individually, I get all different answers. None of you agree on it. So I don't take any of you seriously. The tip to scale blade length is 3 1/2 inches. If you want to measure the total amount of blade down here, you're looking at like a total amount of cutting edge. I mean, 3.85 inches. This guy up here, the Christensen, that comes in at 7.75. Blade length comes in at 3.35. Cutting edge comes in at 3 1/4. There's the scale. The weight of this guy, this is going to be big. It's going to be a big fellow. I'm going to guess over 7 ounces. Yeah, 7 1/2 ounces there. And this guy, I'm going to guess 3.8 to 4.2. Okay, right there, 4 ounces. Okay, very good. That's going to be it today, guys. I'll link everything down in the description. This is very interesting stuff from Kansept. I feel like they are stepping it up a little bit. If this is any indication of what I can expect in terms of quality in 2025 from you guys, yeah, I want to look at a lot of stuff. If you're applying the same sauce, whatever your sauce is, right? Whatever your secret, whatever you draw symbols with chalk on the floor and whatever demon or entity you've summoned to assist you in the overall quality of your stuff, keep summoning him, maybe give him a full-time job, because this is really nice. I also love this. To every OEM that's got a budget brand out there, it's probably a good idea, that you reach out to Midgard's Messer and see if they'll collab with you. I don't know what Midgard's Messer's idea is as far as like who they will and won't collab with, but if they're willing to collab with Kansept, I would assume that they don't have reservations against collabing with other OEMs. But getting budget Midgard's Messer stuff is something that a lot of people, like people who don't like this stuff are not going to care. But people who like Midgard's Messer stuff, they just don't want to pay all that money, right? Which is pretty much, that's everybody who discovers Midgard's Messer for the first time. Ooh, cool. I want to buy that. How much is it? Oh my God, it's hundreds of dollars. No, never mind. But this budget stuff, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of people who will pay the extra money for the premium stuff. But to get that Midgard's Messer look and feel for under $100, yeah. Probably a good idea. I think that's cool. Anyways, all today's video is of course just an unboxing and first impressions. You'll get reviews on these knives individually down the road. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. These will be linked in the description. Check them out. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do of course have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.